Hi Aquarius, I hope that you're all doing well. What I was seeing in the pre-shuffle was looking to me like there's been some shadow work that you've been moving through, which can mean that like maybe before something was going on that you weren't totally aware of, but it feels like now at this point you do have an awareness of that, so it doesn't look like it looks like you've gotten to the point of understanding what you needed to understand. We are starting off with the Ace of Swords. I love to see it. When we start off with the Ace of Swords, it can be a time when you feel like things are clear. This can be you having an epiphany of some sort. So you're not going to be feeling like I'm still in the process of trying to figure something out. When we have that Ace of Swords there, it could not be more clear. And that's a great feeling to have. Regardless of what's going on, it's nice when you know the truth, when everything is just there and you can see it for what it is. There can be a feeling of relief. Sometimes not always for the ego, but for the soul, there will be a feeling of relief there. And I'm also seeing the Fool as well. Okay. So having Ace of Swords and having the Fool, this is a breakout energy. Maybe there's a part of you that feels like you're doubting this a little bit. With Ace of Swords and the Fool, so this is Uranus. Having this energy be here, there can be like divine inspiration, there can be divine insight, you can be having major epiphanies, and you can feel like you have a clear sense of direction. But I'm also seeing Seven of Swords come out, so this can be something going on where maybe you're doubting that. It's a moment where like you can be getting these very clear messages that are divinely allocated to you specifically here about your journey and what you're supposed to be doing, and like, yes, take this chance, let's do this thing, let's get it started. Feels very clear. Like maybe in order for you to honor this, you have to take some sort of chance or leap of faith here. That can feel uncomfortable. Maybe there's a part of you immediately that feels triggered and is like, no, I don't know about that. This is the part of you that maybe doesn't want to be vulnerable here within this situation, or you can be like not fully trusting of yourself and maybe even the cosmic energy. Because I'm seeing a little bit of a conflict here, but this feels like it's your shadow versus your higher self. Your shadow saying, I don't want to feel uncomfortable. I don't want to have to get outside of my comfort zone. Please don't make me do the scary thing here. And it's like, this is actually something very liberating for you. And this is something very aligned for you too. And aligned with a higher path for you. But that Seven of Swords, I feel like, comes from a place of wanting to avoid vulnerability a bit here. Your ego will be the one that's feeling that. So yeah, maybe if you were to honor this truth that you've now connected with, there is a need for some vulnerability, and that can feel kind of scary. So there can be a part of you immediately that's like, shut it down, no. But it's just because you're scared. That's it. That's it. You're like, are you sure about this? It's like your guides led you all the way here by hand, like specifically. They did everything that they could so you could get the message. And finally you got it, and you're like side-eyeing them a little bit here. And they're like, no, we need you to jump across this part right here. Like they know that you can do it. They know that you're going to be fine. But you just like, I think you don't always believe in this part of yourself. It like challenges this part of you that may not to like you. I feel like it's one of those times where you think that this is a huge risk, but your guides like know for sure that you're going to be fine, and that's why they've been guiding you in this direction. Like they know like 100% things are going to work out and be fine, but you, from your own perspective where you are, like can't see everything necessarily that your guides are seeing. There can be this part of you that's like, I don't know, this seems kind of risky, but I feel like there's also another part of you that wants to, like, you know that you want to move in this direction. That's the feeling that I'm getting from the Fool. Because the Fool is going to be that like pure sense of your energy, but I'm just seeing a lot of stuff going on within your mind as it's related to your ego, where you can be like, no, I don't want this, or I feel really uncomfortable. I'm getting it too that this would be part of a bit of a transition for you, we can say. The way that I'm seeing this be is that you're going to you're going to like the next bowl of food. If you've already finished the plate and there's nothing there, you're not going to get more from it. And so your guides are taking you to the next location where you're going to be able to get what you need. But you're going to have to walk away from what's finished. Like, you have to hand it over then. No, it's like you cleared the plate already. You need to hand it so it can be washed now, and then you're going to get a new one. But there can be a part of you that just wants to hold on. But it's something ironic because it's like you wanna hold on to a plate that doesn't have any more food on it. And I'm not saying I'm seeing this as just your ego. Wants to hold on to a plate even though the food is gone. There's nothing there anymore. Just for like that feeling of safety of like having the plate, but when it comes time to eat, there's like nothing there for you anymore. So you need to hand it over because that's the only way that you're going to get the next one. You have to hand it over. So energetically, you have to hand something over here. There can be this part of you that's like, no, I don't want to, but it's like, well, nothing's going to happen with the plate that you already finished. So you can either sit there and you can starve, or you can hand it over and you get to decide what you want to do. And your guides are like, this is just the way that things work, but I'm seeing you have a little bit of a hard time with this, and that's fine. Because this does feel like something big. It feels like a big deal, but I'm also getting to, with us ending with the world, this is something that you're coming to understand. Maybe you see where you hold on to something like out of fear, even though all the energy is moving you in a different direction, where you can be actually quite resistant to the flow of things. And I feel like this moment that you're having is showing you exactly where you need to let go. But it can feel, again, like it can feel scary. It can feel like you don't know what's going to be happening, and your shadow can be telling you some very spooky stories here about what could possibly be going on, and you need to understand that that is just part of that stream of consciousness. It is not connected to higher insight, and there's a need to understand that, to understand what radio station that's tuned to and what programming that's connected with. And that if you choose to sync up with that, your life is going to look one way. If you choose to understand it and understand that there's more to it than that, and even understand the nature of this and where it comes from, it allows you to have an insight that you didn't have before. And it allows you to understand the ignorance of that station, and that it's supplied by fear, nothing more. But that it doesn't come from a place of wisdom and love within you. And it doesn't connect with those parts within you either. Having the world here, I do feel like this is like, okay, I'm totally getting that now. I'm totally understanding that now. The word strange is coming through. Seeing Knight of Pentacles, and I'm seeing King of Swords. I have to say something. You have to say something here. I get the feeling like you may think that this is risky, but from my perspective of what's going on energetically, it's not. It's just, according to your ego, this is risky. So I will like say that. According to your ego, this is risky, but according to your higher self and according to your guides and your divine plan, this is not risky at all. There's a big difference. So it's going to bring up that for you, especially those of you that you feel very connected in a cerebral way, but you're not always like dropped into your other energy systems. This can be giving you a little bit of a runaround here. For those of you that you have trouble with your throat chakra sometimes, this is something that can give you a little bit of trouble here. It can be something that feels a bit difficult to do. I feel like it comes from a place of deep, like, you may not always feel the most trusting of yourself, of your assessments, of what you know is right for you. You may really question that sometimes. and it's like your shadow just whispering in your ear and you kind of believing it, and then has you feeling shut down, like, I don't know what to do here, or I can't take action, or I just like, you know, it comes from that place within you. This is not an empowered place within you. It's like how when we're connecting with the shadow, or when we're connecting with fear, like the only agenda of it is to make more of itself. And I feel like with 7 of Swords and 8 of Swords, this is something that keeps you quiet. It's something that keeps you from making empowered moves. And so you're dealing with this part of yourself here. You're learning to integrate a part of you that's really difficult to integrate it, because this can be some really heavy energy here. But yeah, it's something that can minimize your choices and cut things off for you when there is a need for you to understand what your options truly are. And even too, when you know what option is best for you, to trust that you actually understand that, and that you've really arrived at that conclusion, and that you can trust it, even if it's having you do something that your ego perceives as being risky. Because I'm seeing, like, from a soul perspective, it's like obvious that this is what you'd be doing. You're ready for this. It's come time. It's time to happen now. But your ego is like, no, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this wasn't the right choice to be making. And you have to work with that part of yourself that's just really scared of things. That, like, you don't know what's gonna happen, and there can be this part of you that recognizes there's vulnerability within you making this move, within you making this gesture. You are gonna have to take a chance here. And there can be a part of you that feels very shut down at times about doing things like that, even though it's the best thing for you. Understanding that this comes from a place of love and wisdom within you. But that part of you that likes to try to have everything figured out and not have to take, like, risks, it can be very challenging to this part of you. Because you don't know. This is something where you have to embrace the unknown here in a way that can feel terrifying, or it can feel unfamiliar, it can feel uncomfortable. It can feel unsettling. A little bit uncomfortable now, much happier later. You're ready to take the steps. I feel like there is this part of you that is very pure, that is coming through and connecting with you and saying, here, I'll lead the way. I just need you to follow me here so you can weave through this. Starting with Ace of Swords and ending with King of Wands, you know what to do. Take the next steps. Trust yourself, trust your judgment. This is going to be the thing that feels like the scarier thing to do here, because there's vulnerability and there's the embracing of the unknown in a way that you may feel avoidant of, and you can feel quite uncomfortable with that. And to understand that the part of you that feels repelled by this is just your shadow. It's not your higher self, and it's not your intuition. So discerning the difference of, you know, the parts of you, there's like one part of you that's like, yes, do this. And then there's another part of you that's like, no, don't do it. You have to understand which one is motivated by what. Because your higher self and your intuition, they tell you one thing. Your fear and your ego will tell you a different thing, and they'll be opposing one another. And you get to choose which of those you're going to listen to, which of those you're going to follow here. And I'm seeing too, with the World above King of Wands, this is about you learning how to take initiative. This is about you learning how to take responsibility for your life and choose the things that need to be chosen. To understand that it's all choices that you're making, and to see yourself as the one in the driver's seat that's determining the direction of things, and to empower that part of you so you make choices that you feel happy with, that you feel pleased by. Even if it means stepping into the unknown and exploring what you have not explored, only to find the things that you love most of all. And that's what all of this is about. And I feel too, like, you mustering up the courage to do this, it has been a long, long, long time coming. That's what I'm seeing with this. And now you are ready. It's like you had to go through all of those tests and all of those trials just so you could be fit to step into this role and play it. And now you're ready, and now you know what to do. And so do the thing that needs to be done here. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to embrace the unknown. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.